see the riding crop. You see Freddie Prinze Jr. I think you guys might know what's coming. So, Freddie Prinze Jr. has gone out of his way to, attack Star Wars fans. This was actually on Collider. Is that where this is from? Because that's my impression. I don't know. I don't watch them. Because I've never had time for a bunch of people who like to kiss the backsides of celebrities. And there's a term for that. Being a star, you know what, means you're able to get an actor to bash Star Wars fans on camera, right? How is this not toxic? You're literally running a story that flat out tells fans, we don't want you to see the movie. F your opinions. Lucasfilm employees hate you. Bravo. If you guys don't know what he's talking about here, or what I'm talking about here in my tweet, ripping on theirs here, let's listen to what Freddie Prinze Jr. has to say.
Star Wars cartoon. So even I get hate from Star Wars fans when I'm like, look, dog, you're just mad the franchise isn't aging with you.
Right.
But that ain't how it works.
Mad the franchise isn't aging with you. All right. For the stuff that I don't care about, that I really felt like I aged out of, I ignored, like the crap you're in, right? Like the cartoons. And I know there's a lot of fans like that, but if you really want to attack the fans who say, oh, you haven't aged with you. No, you have a lot of people who are my age, who love these cartoons, who love the animated series. They love Clone Wars, and they like Rebels. I kind of feel personally I don't really want to watch an animated Star Wars series, especially in the prequel era. But we're going to get to the prequels in a second here. Let's hear what else he has to say.
The first one was for fucking kids.
Right.
No, it was for pretty much everybody. Kids gravitated towards it because Star Wars, because it had a little bit of something for everybody. But no, it was for everybody. That's why adults and children and everybody went to the theater. This was back in a time when you could make a movie that had a little something. It was like a Pixar film. Are Pixar films for kids, or are they kind of for everybody? Because I can dismiss them as, okay, well, their target audience is for children. But no, I think Pixar films should be kind of for everybody, and so are Star Wars. It's one of those things that it doesn't need a hard R rating to get an adult in the theater sometimes. Sometimes you just want to see some space wizards and laser swords, right? Sometimes you want to see some of that, and you don't have to be a little kid to see that.
Yep. The second three were for different fucking kids, and this one is for kids. You just pissed off that Han Solo gave the fucking Millennium Falcon to a girl.
What? All right, Mr. Buffy, let's tell you something about what people are actually pissed off about for. Thank you very much, making me break another writing crop here. This is not why we're mad. All right, seriously. It was a disjointed cluster F of everything that was just inappropriate slapstick. Weird ADHD transitions in the same scene with characters. Look at Rose Tico in Canto Bight. She goes from happy to sad to happy to angry to... She's all over the place. She is mood swinging all over the place in that movie because it was written in one draft and crapped out in a year by a guy who probably doesn't care and just decided, hey, wouldn't it be funny if Luke Skywalker threw his lightsaber? It is not because Han Solo gave it to some girl. It is because Disney decided to crap all over the legacy of Star Wars, and they keep doing it. Time and time again, just constantly. That is what I see constantly with Star Wars, with Disney Star Wars. They constantly want to crap over it. All the time. Just all the damn time. And here's another one. Here's another one. This is from MovieWeb that apparently Han Solo, and I'm just gonna read it off of Twitter here. We're gonna read the tweet. I don't care about even giving them a click for this one. Han Solo sold Luke's New Hope medal for booze money, and it is now Star Wars canon. So that's another thing that we're not too happy about. You're just crapping all over the corpse of Han Solo as many times as you can. Han Solo, Princess Leia, even. You're just giving her force powers out of the blue for nothing. I could go on. We've made videos. We've made a million videos about what's actually wrong with the sequel trilogy. So far, we've already made a ton of videos. It's not because they gave the Millennium Falcon to stupid Daisy Ridley. You could completely cut out Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon, and there's still a million problems with The Last Jedi and Disney Star Wars. All right, you are only focusing on one little thing that can give you this little woke point for saying, oh, the fans are a bunch of sexists. If we wouldn't have watched Star Wars to begin with. And I keep saying this type of thing. If we were any of these things, we wouldn't have watched this stuff. It had a girl in it. You had a black dude back then in with Lando Calrissian in the original sequels, in the original trilogy, the original trilogy. If we were any of the things that you say we are, we wouldn't have watched these movies in the first place. So keep that in mind, Mr. Buffy. Now.
Yes. That's it. Because Luke Skywalker's Cinderella. Or Sleeping Beauty. Yeah. Okay? He can talk to things that don't speak English and understands what they're fucking saying.
It's aliens. Okay? It's aliens. You can suspend your disbelief for a little bit. It's like watching Stargate or Star Trek. You just kind of have to say, okay, he probably learned this language. He fixes these droids. They established that. Have you watched Star Wars? Oh my God.
He gets a fairy godfather instead of a fairy godmother who teaches him how to be the best Jedi in the...
Actually, no, a fairy godmother would just go, boop, here you go, bippity boppity boop, boop. You are Cinderella. That is what happens in that. Have you not seen these movies that you're talking about? Did we watch different versions? I haven't seen Cinderella since I was a fucking kid, and I pulled that reference out of my ass. Now, Freddie Prinze Jr., if you really, really, really want it. Well, no.
The world in no time fucking flat. And everybody, I know more about the Force than most people because Dave Filoni taught me and George Lucas taught him. And all these video games have fucked people up on what the Force is. Luke's skill doesn't dictate whether he wins or loses. Right. The Emperor doesn't dictate whether he wins or loses.
I don't want to hear what you have to say. You know what I do want to go and talk about, though, here, real quick. By today's standards, Chico and the Man is extremely, R-word-ist. Let's cancel Freddie Prinze Jr. because are we in this culture of canceling people with all of these false accusations? I mean, we're just living up to their own standard. We're playing by your rules, right? We can cancel you because your dad was in a racist TV show. Right? Is that what we can do? We can cancel you. Your opinion is no longer valid. Your dad was in a show, Freddie Prinze Sr. was in a show, Chico and the Man.
Flies. You people got flies all around you. And while you're standing here, your flies are...
That's a switch.
Making more flies.
That's a switch.
Oh, everybody knows you people are lazy. Even if I did give you a job, you wouldn't show up. You'd be too busy taking a siesta.
See, and we can all agree that that's offensive by today's standards. Right, but since cancel culture, SJWs, people like Freddie Prinze Jr. are clearly on that side of let's cancel anybody by association, and he likes to lump Fandom Menace in by association. People like me who are LGBT female, people like the women who run a lot of the behind the scenes stuff at Geeks and Gamers get accused of all of the things that we, being against the things that we actually are, like women of color or LGBT females, or the things that they think we're so anti and so against. So by their standards, since they're anti-us, maybe we should be anti-Freddie Prinze Jr. for his dad being in a racist TV show. Maybe we should do that. Because this stuff doesn't help anybody by allowing these people like Collider to allow these stars to go on tirades against the fans. This is exactly how you decrease your box office. People are going to see this and be like, oh, one of the voice actors from one of the Star Wars cartoons hates the fans. Maybe we won't give Star Wars any money this season. Maybe we'll just go and give it over to Jumanji or something else. Maybe we won't. Maybe we will dollar vote, or maybe Freddie Prinze Jr. will get caught up in his own goddamn cancel culture, right? Because that's one of the things that they love to do is they love to cancel each other. They love to get back at each other. So let's not forget his dad was in a racist TV show. And he's guilty by association just for sharing the same DNA, right? Just for having the same last name and the same name as the guy. Even though, yes, I saw the True Hollywood Story and he had nothing to do with his father, etc., etc. But I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy of some of these people who like to say we're all of these things that we're not. Because clearly he's saying we're anti-women by saying we had a problem with them giving the Millennium Falcon to Rey. Not the case. Oh, what else does this idiot have to say?
Loses. The Force dictates who wins or loses based on balance. And here's the quick version on how to explain it to all these people who fucking think they get to decide. In the first
all right, they get to decide. That's what it boils down to. We're in this culture, and we're seeing it in Star Trek too. I have a video coming about that. I think if I can squeeze in some time to make it. The studios are now in this combative form where they want to attack the viewers. They want to do things to these characters because they're like, oh, you're just a fan. We own these properties. We're going to tell you what the problem is. And we're going to tell you how these characters act and how they dictate. And you know what? If we want to kill off Luke Skywalker and turn him into somebody who almost murdered his own nephew, we're going to do it. F you. You don't have any say in it. And you know what? We don't have any say in how the stories are written, but we do have a say in how the stories are received and how little money we spend on them. And don't think that Solo flopped at the box office because of just how good or bad the movie was. No, a lot of that had to do with us being mad about the treatment of the fandom from Last Jedi. A lot of it had to do with that. You know what? Last Jedi was crap. We got called a bunch of racist basement-dwelling cousin-humping man-babies from people like Collider. So maybe we'll just stay home on this one. Maybe we'll catch it on demand. Maybe we'll catch it on Redbox. Maybe we won't give them our theater dollar. Because by the time you go to a movie, $15 to $20 for a ticket, depending on what movie you're seeing. Another, $15 for a small popcorn and a drink. You're spending $30 just to see one movie. So, and I know it's all well and good for someone like Freddie Prinze Jr. to get up there on his high horse when he's making money hand over fist on this thing. But at the end of the day, this crap is so tiresome. And I am sick to death of rewarding these companies for that kind of behavior. And they do that just to prove a point, just because they don't like us, just because they don't want to admit that their movies aren't very good. So they like to use their little, oh, you're an ist, you don't like this. We know you're full of crap. But sadly, the masses out there believe that. And I know people who watch this channel, watch all the Fandom Menace channels, you guys are smarter than that. But it's the other people who believe this garbage, who just want to attack and bully. These are the people who have no business commenting on the stuff. You know what? If you like it, great. We're not out there picking fights with you for liking it. And you know what else is coming out of this now? I don't know. This is a little bit of good news here. The Star Wars trilogy, according to CNET, so it's kind of, I think the media is kind of coming to their senses a little with this. The new Star Wars trilogy is worse than the prequels, and this is coming from CNET. You know what's great, though? I want to commend this writer for actually having the stones to give his opinion on this. On Twitter here, he says, the headline I didn't publish. I'd rather watch Jar Jar step in shit again than watch another Disney Star Wars movie. I think I'm with him. And you know what? Definitely check out his article. Give him an actual honest-to-goodness click. I don't want to give him... I don't want to just take his article and do anything with it because, it deserves a read. Please go check out his article. I'm with him, though. I really don't want to give Disney Star Wars any money. I don't want to... I'd rather sit there and watch Jar Jar step in shit than give money to Disney Star Wars at this point. Because, seriously, I'm tired of their crap. Tell me what you guys think. I am Mecha Random 42. I will see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye! Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!